Hello everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's Rachel here with Makers Gonna Learn, your ultimate die cutting community. If you haven't already learned about Makers Gonna Learn in the 1400 cut files, 250 fonts, free printable guides, and so much more, click the very first link in the description below to see everything that we have to offer. Today, guys, we're going to be making a deco-mesh wreath, okay? This is going to be a great tutorial to bring it down to the basics to make a very simple wreath, especially for beginners. So we're going to be using two different colors today, just kind of show you how to be able to stop one color and start another and things like that. So we have today a wreath form. This is from the Dollar Tree, if you can believe it. So that is from the Dollar Tree. We have 4 rolls of deco-mesh. This is, of course, is a fall pattern. This is 10 inches by 30 feet. So I have to be honest with you guys, I don't really know how much it's going to take to make one of these this size. I have not made one this size yet, so I'm not sure how many of these it'll take. To be honest, it might just take one, in which case it'll take one, but I don't see it just taking one. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go through the process very simply, very easily, and show you guys how to create a deco-mesh wreath. Along with the wreath form and the deco-mesh ribbon, you'll also need some pop cleaners. So it really doesn't matter what color they are. There's a lot of orange in this pack, and we're using some orange today, so we're going to be using that. You also might need scissors, you might need zip ties, and then we're also going to get a self-healing mat, a large self-healing mat to help you measure your ribbon while you're creating your deco-mesh wreath. So if you're excited for this tutorial, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, guys, so I have just laid our pop cleaners here to the side. We're going to be grabbing those several times throughout the video. And now I'm going to trim off the tag from our little wreath form here. And I'm also going to snip open one of our deco-mesh ribbons here. So we're going to start off with this orange one. And this, again, is an awesome video just for beginners. And you all are going to be able to see how to make a deco-mesh wreath today, which is going to be so fun. So this is deco-mesh, guys, and it is pretty see-through, but it's awesome stuff. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to start off by bringing it all in a little bunch here. So bring all this together, and then we're going to kind of twist it, and we're going to add it to one of our middle pieces here, which there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of metal here. We're going to add it to that second one from the top there, and then we're going to add a pop cleaner, and we can cut this one in half because we really don't need one this large. So we're going to cut this in half, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to tie that. Okay, so I'm going to hold that steady and flip it over. I'm going to tie this very tightly as I can down. Now this is the part where you might want to use a zip tie, you might not. It really just depends on whatever you want to do. And I'm just going to wrap this around several times in between twisting, just really to get this first part down very well. We don't want this first little part to go anywhere for us. So now that is down, what we're going to be doing is measuring out, and then we're going to be bunching it up and bringing it back down to our base. So what we're going to do is you can make these bubbles as wide as you would like. So I'm going to hold this from the side here. So we have our measurements here. So this is 1 inch all the way up. You know, you can see that down here. So what we're going to be doing is we might make these 10 inches. So if that's the case, then I'm going to move this up to show you guys 10 inches. So 10 inches is right here. So we're going to put that there, have that 10 inches, there's that 1 inch mark. Then we're going to go ahead and bubble this up and attach it right back down. Now if you hold that to the side, you can see how those bubbles are, okay? So if you like 10 inches, then we're going to make it 10 inches. But if you wanted to do it 20 inches, then you would bring this to the 20 inch mark, bring that all the way to the 1, and then go ahead and bring that in. Now look at your bubble. Your bubble's huge, okay? So you can do your bubble however big that you would like. I call them bubbles because it kind of helps me. So we're going to do 10 inch bubbles, okay? So we're going to bring our end piece right here to the 10 inch mark, and then we're going to pull our deco-mesh all the way to the 1 inch mark. So once we've done that, we have our 10 inches here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bubble it up. So I have my hands right on the 10 inch mark here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that together. Then I'm going to hold this down just like we did our tail here. Get that other half of that pipe cleaner here, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing like I did the first time. So I'm going to bring that over, turn it upside down, find it here, then I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist tie that, okay? So after you've twist tied that, make sure it's pretty tight down on there. You don't want it to be super loose. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scoot it right up next to that other one. And right here, guys, is your very, very first deco-mesh wreath bubble. You guys are doing it. You're doing awesome. In the meantime, I'm just going to cut a couple of these in half. I'm going to start off with all my orange ones so that maybe they can match a little bit better. So go ahead and cut these in half. Or you can use them whole if you want to use them whole. It's really whatever you want to do. It's maker's choice for sure. But after you cut several of these in half, then you can get to making your other bubbles. So now, again, we're going to start from the one we just did. Go down to our 10-inch mark. Grab that bubble down to our 10-inch mark, and then that's our next bubble. So hold your hand right there, and then you're going to bring it back here. Okay, wad it up kind of like that. Let me bring you guys in really close to see this next one, okay? So we've wadded it up, and we're going to lay it on that piece of wire right there. And then we're going to get one of the halves of our pipe cleaners and just kind of drape it over that. Now once it's draped like that, that's when we're going to turn it around. And that's when you can see these other pieces. Here's the two we've done. Now you're going to bring that other little leg up here. And you're going to twist it just like you're twisting that bread tie back on your bread to keep it nice and fresh. You're going to do the same thing with the deco-mesh wreath, okay? So you can twist it as many times as you want to, just as long as it's good and tight. And then there is your second bubble. Okay, now you're going to get right here and you're going to scoot it. You're going to scoot it really close to your other bubble. Now you're going to repeat the process. Our 10-inch mark, let me go out a little bit here. Our 10-inch mark is right here. We're going to hold our bubble to our 10-inch mark, stretch the bubble mesh here, stretch our deco mesh to the 10-inch mark, or excuse me, to the 1-inch mark, and now you're going to bubble it up again. I have the bunch here, you're going to bunch it up. And just repeat the process. You're going to grab your little pipe cleaner here, bend it back, twist it, do the same thing. Love this. So once that's nice and tight, we're going to flip it back over and scoot it. Scoot it right up next to that other one, guys, okay? So here is how our deco-mesh wreath is looking. It's looking really, really cute. And now we're going to just scoot this one up. And I want this one a little bit tighter. It's not feeling super tight to me. So I'm just going to scoot that one up and make that a little bit tighter. And now you're going to hold it to the 10-inch mark. Pull your deco-mesh to the 1-inch mark. And keep repeating that process. So here's our little bunch here that goes over here. So we're going to tie it down. This looks like it's going to be the last one next to this little part here. So that's fine. We're going to lay this down. Use your other hand. Gets a little tight here at the end. Use your other hand with your pipe cleaner. Feed your pipe cleaner through there. Make sure you always have a grip on your deco mesh though. Get that deco mesh here and tighten it up. Tighten it up. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 bubbles per little area here. But as you can see, the areas are not very even. So sometimes you might want to do the math on that, but sometimes you can't rely on that, you know. So we're just going to push it up. And I think we can actually fit one more into this little piece here. So we're going to push it back and we're going to go from the 10-inch mark to the 1-inch mark. And then rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat. Just a lot of rinsing and repeating. And this would be a great thing to do while you're watching TV or, you know, while dinner's in the oven. That would be a good one. While your husband's telling you about his day and you're like going to half pay attention and half you still want to craft, that would be a good thing to do. Really anything like that, anything that you can multitask while doing this is a great little way to do that. So here is your first section of your deco-mesh wreath. It looks so cute, so bubbly, so adorable. So we're going to keep working with our deco-mesh all the way around. And I'm not really sure how many feet we've used. We used 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 inches. So one roll might get us all the way around this guy. We might need a bigger wreath to do them. We might need to make bigger bubbles. There's several things you can do. Or, guys, if you wanted to do this, you could stop, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bubbles in a completely different color. And all you would do, guys, is you would take this right where you have stopped here and snip that deco mesh. Just snip that off. And then make another starting point just like you did over here, right here with a different color. That's all that you would do. It's like the same exact thing, except you're just starting and you're stopping and restarting. So it is not hard to do, but I really would like to continue using one color so that I could be able to tell you how many wreaths, how many full wreaths you could do with one of these rolls. Because these rolls were found at Hobby Lobby for $10, but of course they were on sale for the fall. But I'm going to keep going with this one color and show you guys if we can make a full wreath out of it, or if you're going to need 2 or 3 or 4 rolls or whatever. So I'm just going to keep going with my bubbles, and then we will return whenever I am done or close to being done. Well, guys, we are almost done with our deco mesh wreath. We've just got a little bit more to do, as you can see here. So, starting at the 10-inch mark, working our way to the 1-inch mark, taking that bubble, we're gonna twist that deco mesh here, add it down here with a pop cleaner. We're going to pinch that down, flip it over so we can see what we're doing. And we're going to twist, twist, twist. Guys, and I have some news, some really, really good news. I have not had to get another roll. This whole roll has so far done this one wreath, which is really, really exciting. And of course, after you zip tie it, guys, you're going to have to dig in there in that deco mesh and pull it out so it's all one layer there, and you know we're going to fluff that out. I think I can maybe get 2 more. Maybe 2 more. Let me see here. I'm going to get 1 going here. Okay, I'm going to add it down here. Twist that deco mesh. I can't believe one roll has done it, guys. I have not, like I mentioned, made a deco mesh wreath on this particular wreath form before. So this size, I was very curious to see if it would cover the whole thing, and it has. I'm so impressed. So it looks like we're going to try our hardest to fit 1 more in here, guys. And look at the excess we have. We have barely any deco mesh left. So we're going to go ahead, stretch that out to that 1-inch mark. And I'm going to go ahead, guys, I've got my 1-inch mark in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and cut off that excess there. And looky there, guys. So now we're going to take it, scoot that one over, make us a little bit of room here. I'm going to hold that down there, if you can see that. Holding it down with one of my fingers there. Adding our last pipe cleaner. And this is going to be like our starting pipe cleaner, okay? We really want this guy to be good and tight. So we're going to twist him really good. Then we're going to wrap him around once or twice, okay? So we're going to just fold him back around. We're just going to reinforce it a little bit with another little loop there. So there he is again. Now we're going to twist that part together again. Twist it very, very tight. And once you feel like that is pretty tight, we're going to scoot that to the edge there. And we're going to fluff out that bubble. We're going to scoot these closer to each other here. But one of the tricks that we're also going to do, guys, we cannot forget to, first of all, pull these out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip the whole thing over, and we're going to even out these little pipe cleaners in that row. So now that those are evened out, we are done with the deco-mesh wreath, guys, and I'm proud to say we had a little bit left. Let me go ahead and unroll this, and I'll measure it to see how much that we had left. I'm going to say it's not very much. So we had 30 inches left, guys. So we could have done 3 more bubbles, okay? So that is really, really cool to know. So let me widen out the camera, guys, and show you guys the finished wreath. Here is the deco-mesh wreath, guys. And this is a super easy tutorial, so simple. And if you guys want to see some tips on how to make the best deco-mesh wreath, definitely check that video out. It will be linked in the description below. But you guys are going to love making your own deco-mesh wreaths. Here's what the back looks like. It's a little bit of a mess, but that does not even compare to the top. And this, guys, is when you could get creative and, you know, use some awesome things that you found at the Dollar Tree to really take this from good to great. You can do whatever you want to do with this beautiful deco-mesh wreath. Well, guys, just a few minutes later, here we have a awesome deco-mesh wreath. It did not take a lot of time or money or supplies to create. So these are definitely great to make for all types of, all times of the year. This one would be beautiful for fall, or since we live in Tennessee, go Vols, Tennessee Volunteers. So this is awesome. You could do these for football, like the Vols. You could do them for the times of the year. You could do them for just the colors that you love in your house. Anything like that you could totally use. So again, guys, one of these rolls got us this entire wreath, okay? We even had enough to make 3 more 10-inch bubbles, so we have 30 extra inches of this deco-mesh ribbon. And we also had a ton of pipe cleaners left over. We did cut those in half to make it a little bit easier, but this is finished, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was so fun and easy to make, and I hope that you all are more confident now in making a deco-mesh wreath, because it's kind of like crocheting or anything like that. Once you get the basic motion down, it's just a lot of repetitive steps in order to create something just like this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment in the description down below if you have any questions or concerns, and I would love to answer those. Ring that notification bell, guys, to see more awesome videos like this. And if you haven't already joined Makers Gonna Learn, click the very first link in the description below, because you are missing out. I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys. I enjoyed filming it. Please have a great day, guys, and as always, stay crafty.